Well, India's Prime Minister Modi is accusing political opponents of trying to stir up trouble. Huge crowds turned out again Tuesday to protest India's new citizenship law. They say it's an attempt to marginalise Muslims. Protests have been going on for days, with police firing tear gas at rock-throwing protesters. Buses and cars have been damaged and fires have been set. There have been at least 5 deaths since the protests started last week. Well, our Sam Kiley joins us live now from New Delhi. And as we were seeing in those pictures there, Sam, people have taken to the streets across India. Just explain why they are so incensed by this new law proposal.
Very innocuous sounding act of the legislature here in Delhi, Christina, the Citizenship Amendment Act. Now, what it does is allow for non-Indians from 3 neighbouring countries, Bangladesh, Afghanistan and Pakistan, to apply for Indian nationality. These are residents here already in India, so long as they are not Muslim. And it is that part of this legislation which the 200 million Muslims, 14% of the population here, and many others argue is not only discriminatory in terms of the Indian constitution guaranteeing freedom of worship, but it is also a violation of other constitutional aspects of the nation, which are ones that issues to do with equality under the law. On top of that, Christina, I think it's very important to see this in context. The BJP of Mr. Modi was overwhelmingly won the elections in the summer this year to the Indian Parliament, and he has an almost unstoppable majority and campaigned very harshly on a Hindu nationalist platform. And in the state of Assam, there has already been a citizen registration process designed again to try to regularise the positions of people, particularly who fled into the Assam area from the war in Bangladesh in the early 1970s. What that has done, its critics say, is exclude from Indian nationality about 2 million people who live, work in India and believe they were Indian, the critics say. The government is saying, no, this is just a process of regularisation, is calling for calm and insisting that it is in no way a sectarian piece of legislation. But given also the Interior Minister's suggestion here that there may be an even wider programme to analyse and award Indian citizenship right across the country, potentially, there is extreme anger and discomfort, as I say, not just among Muslims, but among many other non-Muslims, including substantial numbers of Hindus, who believe that this undermines the whole secular nature of the Indian constitution, Christina.
Yeah, this really does appear to be galvanising the public on the streets, as we've said. How likely is it, Sam, that these protests will force a reversal in the bill, given the power, as you say, that Modi and the government currently have?
Well, if we look at what's happened in Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir, which was had a semi-autonomous status that was removed earlier this year. Again, another Muslim majority state or semi-state. Of course, it's a contested area. Pakistan lays claim to a lot of that territory as well. That area has now been under a complete internet blackout for several months. There has been precious little opportunity to get any news out of there. So it's very unlikely that the government is feeling anything other than completely capable of ploughing on with this legislation over the CAA, as it's now called.
All right, Sam Kiley, great to have you live there on the ground, Sam, in New Delhi. Thank you.